Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by A.G. Heinz Company. If you've got a home improvement project you're about to start or you've got underway and you feel like you're underwater on the thing and you can't figure out how to get it finished, turn to the guys at the oldest running company in Knoxville in terms of building materials. These guys have been doing it for 100 years, literally since 1919 or 1920. Next year is their 100th anniversary. So it's just a remarkable company. Anybody that's been in business for that long, it tells you something about their quality, tells you about the people that run it. So they've got all the equipment and materials you need for your project, but they've also got expertise out the wazoo. A.G. Heinz Company. Check their website out. You'll be very impressed by them. Really good company. I can't say enough good things about them. All right. This is our players-only meeting. And somebody's got to host it, so I'm here. But we're here with our three former Tennessee players. I want to talk about the quarterback situation moving forward. Let's assume the worst. Let's assume Maurer is out for a while. What are you doing at the quarterback situation? Can you, I mean, even if you wanted to, could you go back to Guarantano at this point? After the on-field dressing down, and then you yanked him, can you start him again?
If he does well in practice, I think you can.
I don't, and here's why. I see the difference in what the team does when he's on the field compared to somebody else. Even yesterday with Shrout, you saw guys getting around him, pumping him up, trying to be there. I don't think the team at this point has a lot of confidence or thinks they have a chance to win if Guarantano's in the game.
But I didn't see that. It was just a week ago he comes in and leads them on that long drive to meet Mississippi State.
I understand, but if he called his own play yesterday.
That's what I'm getting at.
He called his own play.
If he went rogue.
Then there is a trust issue with him, the team, and the coaching staff. And at this point, if that's what happened, he's done.
I agree with that.
Guys?
Well, no, it's funny because I have a totally different feeling about it. I think you still can win with Jared. He's a seasoned guy, and trust me, he's probably been undressed in practice and in other scenarios a lot worse than Coach Pruitt did to him live on camera yesterday.
Yeah, in practice it's not as bad.
When
you become national news, which is what a lot of people point to this today.
And that's one thing. Football is national news every day. So you play football for national news. Just that now national news happen to catch something that's probably SOP in the football arena. Now, I think, for the cloth that he's cut from, I know his father. His father was an incredible football player and also played quarterback and an exceptional receiver at the University of Rutgers out in New Jersey. But, I think you can't win with Jared. He's a seasoned guy. I think last week's game against Mississippi State showed what he can do.
Well, it showed he can hand off and maybe make a pass or two. My question is, can Jennings do that as well? And that's what my question would be. Can Jennings make those short passes and hand the ball off?
Is this more about if he went rogue, or would you be saying this whether he went rogue there or not?
Right now, I just see a difference in energy with the team, with him on the field and somebody else on the field right now. And I just think the team is in the mindset of we're not going to win if he's back behind me at center. Okay. And I see that. And that's a killer way to be.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I think if he went rogue, I think that's going to be a real problem.
If he went rogue,
But here's the thing. I remember this. We've also said, does this team want to play for Jeremy Pruitt? They didn't care against Missouri last year. They didn't care against Vandy last year. They didn't look like they cared against Georgia State this year. And then all of a sudden they're playing like they care. So sometimes what we think is I can see a noticeable lack of energy. Well, I saw a noticeable lack of energy for 3 straight games that came back. But if they went rogue –
yeah,
I mean, I'm giving you my opinion. I'm not. You played,
and literally, what I'm saying too is that if Jennings can make those same throws, who would you put in? And I know that's a long stretch, but they're handing the ball off and making short throws.
Where are you, Daniel?
I mean, if it's me, I'm going with Shroud this week, and I think that Coach Chaney has probably made that move in his mind as well, because there at the end of the game, it's pretty much out of hand, but you see him throw a 9 route against Alabama, and when you know about Shroud, you know what he does. He loves throwing the ball deep. So if you're Jim Chaney, you're wanting to get it on film, see what you can coach with it, what you can look at, preparing for the South Carolina game if that's your starter.
And for those that don't know what a 9 route is, that's a takeoff, my favorite route.
All right, now, here's my next question for you. Let's say, again, we're playing hypotheticals. Let's say he did go rogue on that play. If he did, you're saying you won't see him you're saying Jennings. So I know what your point is. Start Shrout, and if you have to go to somebody else, you go to Jennings.
Yep.
You said initially you said you wouldn't.
I said if he had a good week of practice.
Okay.
And I didn't take into account the team trust, but if he had a good week of practice, if he did go rogue, you fix it in the team meeting, at that point, I'd trust him.
There are people saying he should never suit up in the orange again.
That man's been a Tennessee Vol ever since the day he's been here. You can't base it on one play. I mean, you look
Even if
at
you go rogue?
Even if he went rogue. I mean, and you think about at some point he's had negativity all season. At some point you're going to try to make a play. He chose the wrong route to do it.
If that's what happened,
Yeah.
It's the problem is he did take a beating last year, an absolute beating. So I give him credit for that. But it's going to be difficult. People who are saying we don't want to see him again. If Maurer's out, you got two quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to do the Jennings thing and be like Kentucky,
Kentucky has no quarterbacks.
No,
That's the
I mean,
difference.
Kentucky did this against Tennessee.
And they did it against Georgia yesterday.
yeah.
But here's the thing: who gives you the best chance to win? And I look at it from that angle. And right now, based on body language of the team, what you can and can't do, and how limited you are with Garantano, I think you have a better chance with Shrout and Jennings as your second quarterback.
Who's your starter this week, Sterling?
This week, my start is Jared Garantano. Period. I mean, Mauer, he's not there. JT, he got in the game yesterday under duress, and he came to play. But in my opinion, Jared Garantano gives Tennessee the best chance to win now. There's no question he can make the throws, no question he can run the run game. Now it's just a matter of having a good week of practice and regenerating the faith of his teammates.
Jersey boys all stick together.
Well, no, we do. Be clear, we do. But if he wasn't a Jersey boy, that's what I would say.
Okay. And I've been sitting here trying to think. Matt Roark, I think, was the Kentucky kid that was the wide receiver that played quarterback against Tennessee. And what was it, 2011?
But he was coached by T. Martin, and he was coached by T. Martin in college and high school, and so that's a difference.
There we go. All right. Very good. When we come back, quick slants. We got some interesting stuff coming up, including a little thing on Pruitt and accountability. Come on back.